Police Minister Bheki Cele on Friday released the quarterly crime statistics. The statistics revealed that women continue to be on the receiving end. Tonight, we take you behind the numbers with our special focus on women and children. And Newzroom Afrika Ziniko Mhlaba is in Braamfontein for us in Johannesburg to tell us more about just how women, continue to bear the brunt and are the face, really at most of these statistics. Ziniko, one of the things that the story of Cele highlights is what the minister was talking about yesterday, that arguments appear to also be really a contributing factor when it comes to murder, and women are likely to also be killed and die at the hands of those that are known to them. And some of the women that you are speaking to tonight are taking us behind the numbers and talking to us then about their own experiences and even with the justice system itself.
That's right, Bongi. That's exactly what we'll be trying to do throughout this evening here on Newzroom Afrika. I'm in Johannesburg, somewhere in the CBD. As you said in your intro, that this is after the numbers that were released by Minister Cele yesterday on Friday. Minister Cele painted a very, very bad picture about the sketch and the extent and the level of abuse that South African women continue to receive at the hands of their loved ones, especially close relatives, to some extent spouses. So we are here at this place of safety in Johannesburg, Bongi, just to get a sense of how the situation is and just to move away from the numbers, because we know that the numbers might not really give us insights into what exactly happens behind those closed doors. So I'm joined by two ladies who will be sharing with us and the viewers their own stories. They will be telling us what they went through and what's their way forward from now on. I'm going to start with Millicent. She's going to speak to us about her own experience at the hands of someone she knows. So I'm going to turn to her now so that she can give us a little bit of background and her own story. Millicent, thank you very much for agreeing to talk to us. We know that it might not be easy, but you said you want to share your story with the rest of South Africa, especially young women. Tell us how you find yourself here.
All right, my name is Millicent. I'm here at the place of safety. It's a shelter for abused women and children. It was a collective decision from community service that, as in my position, as I don't want to say I'm a victim of gender-based violence. Rather, I would say I'm a survivor, because this is the steps that shows that I'm a survivor by coming out and say I really need help. So what happened to me, or rather, the type of abuse that I want to show that I've experienced, it's more of psychological and emotional abuse. One of the reasons that I really wanted to talk to South Africa is I know that we have all sort of abuse, and when we talk about GBV, most of the time, commonly we talk about physical abuse, where we see physical scars and all that. But I want to share my story because I have a scar. But for me, the scar is psychological. It's emotionally. So when I'm saying a scar, I'm currently living with disability. I have a condition called convention disorder. So just to give an insight of what is the condition, convention disorder, it's more of a complex condition of depression. So this is where a mind got so depressed and started fighting back. So what is happening, it means every trauma, every emotional condition, or rather, I don't know, anything that is happening emotional to me, because normally you have to process it and you have to think and everything. So my mind automatically takes all the trauma and everything and converts it to the body. So being disabled, which means it is where the mind triggers the physical organ so that it can get help. Because I think it's amazing what happened to me. It gets to show how psychological, emotional abuse, it's not, I can't say ignored, but not well preached, because if a mind itself can decide that this is enough, I'm just going to seek help on my own. So it has attacked my spinal cord, whereby I also have symptoms of what they call cervical stenosis, which is a spinal condition. So I'm talking about this condition. What happened to me with my partner, it's as normal as every couple do. I shared my experience. I shared my weaknesses with somebody that I felt comfortable with, I felt safe with. So, moving ahead with the relationship, whereby seeing his weaknesses. So when you try to address his weaknesses, and this is where he goes back and say, but no, you can't be doing this because I've tolerated you. You are like this and like this. So just for maybe... just to give an example, I'm also a sexual abuse survivor, and it happened when I was a long time ago. So feeling comfortable so that he can get to know me, understand me, and get a better view of how am I and in need of support. So those are the other circumstances or the topics that he will bring out of the blue. So that, no, you know what, you can't be complaining about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you know how hard is it to stay with somebody who has experienced such thing? Because sometimes, there is this thing that a sexual woman or sexual abuse woman are referred as somebody who is dirty, somebody who has bad luck, and all those things. So those are kind of psychological blackmailing, whereby you find yourself either tolerating the nonsense that is happening instead of confronting it, because it deals with your self-confidence. That mentality that this person is tolerating me. Oh, actually there is something wrong about me. So meaning for him to understand me, for him to accommodate me, to accept me, it means it's a favor. So we end up doing a lot of compromising on that regard. So another thing about conventional disorder is it is failure to express your emotions. So being so traumatized psychologically, it ended up to a point whereby I no longer express my emotions. So which means if I am hurt, if he's saying whatever he's saying that is very hurtful to me, instead of me fighting back, confronting it, I don't do that. But my mind takes the whole conflict and shove it to my body. Instead of me fighting or making any arguments, tomorrow I wake up not working. So that is how I came to be diagnosed with what they call conventional disorder, which today I'm bearing a psychological and emotional scar. So there is somebody who has a physical, they don't have their eyes, they have all the scariest scars ever. And one thing that I want to highlight is I want South Africa, or my plea, or rather my wish, is the more attention they give to physical abuse, can they at least start, I don't know, if I could suggest to deal with emotional and psychological issue, because if I were to suggest psychological and emotional issues are actually the prompt to physical abuse. So as long as we are not acknowledging the psychological and the emotional, whatever is happening to us, it is very easy for a person to be physically abusive.
Okay, my sister, hold it there. We're going to take a very quick short break. When we come back, we'll continue hearing insights of women who are braving themselves and sharing their stories with the rest of South Africa. Stay tuned.